Okay, guys, and welcome and thank you. For those of you who participated, for those of you who donated, for those of you who did whatever part it was, and I know not everybody could have been there because logistically it's not possible to be in two places at once, and I get it. So, let me say this. As it says up there, thank you, and let's start off the new year already, because we blink, it'll be 2026. February 7th, which is a Saturday. Yes, another Saturday. Why? That location cannot be used on Sunday because they have 3 churches in there. However, now since people know where to go, it might be a little easier, at least once if not twice a year, to come to that same location. So you have roughly 5 months to get yourself ready and to start off your new chapter of your competitive career. Now, for those of you who would rather become known as the best officials, then we're going to train you guys. Some of you just don't know that you don't know, unconscious and confident. And what I mean by that is I'm watching videos and oh my gosh, horrible things were done unintentionally, guys, unintentionally. And I can't say that the most abused people in martial arts tournaments are the judges, because you guys don't benefit much. But what I want to do is make sure that you don't get embarrassed when I start breaking down what a point is and what's not a point. As an example, if you're the center referee and you don't back up when you say judge's call and put your arm out at the same exact time, that means that you already late. You already nullified your call. If you put your hand up after that, that's called late call, as an example. But besides that, your intentions, I know, are great. Same thing with people who came to compete that might have went to the wrong division. You know, logistically, got to apologize. We had a few challenges, major challenges behind the scenes, including the sound system that just never came and was canceled the night before. The nightmares behind the scenes, I can't tell you guys how many they were, but there was an abundance amount of them. But in spite of that, you know, thanks to Master Golf Benz, Senpai in the front, you know, Sensei Marcus, Master Ty, and my little bit, you know, they were really working way beyond the call of duty, and a whole bunch of other people that I might forget. But I just want to tell you guys that it wasn't the end. It's just the beginning. We just begun. This was not a one-third. This was the beginning. Now, we also had probably about, I want to say close to 10 people who at the last minute after being registered just could not make it, including an attorney that all of a sudden during the weekend he had to do quite a bit of paperwork that was unexpected. Because we do have a variety. We have from the welfare recipient lowlives, and I got to address some of those people, to that very affluent people that are also part of our culture. So the barometers from low life to, and some of you guys might get upset when I say that word, but I'm pissed off at least one person in particular. When you have a red band on your wrist and you competed, that means you robbed me. And I do not like to get robbed, so I'm going to have to do something about that. Now, and for whatever it's worth, what made this event successful was not the finances, because, to be honest with you, if I measure it by that, then it was a failure. However, nobody's cash bounced at the Grand Championship, because that's possible. That's been the situation in the past, too. So I do the best I can, and I believe that everybody else does in general. But there are some people that are just from a bad tree. For all you guys who were supposed to come and judge and then decided to somehow make believe you didn't hear that I said you needed to be in uniform, and I gotta say it like that because I've announced this 20, 30 times and I got the video proof to show it, and I know that you guys heard it. That's not cool. So that means basically what you just did was you hung out there to compete for free without even donating your spectator fee. Or somebody comes to the door with a camera and says, oh yeah, I'm here to take pictures. You got a black belt list? Man, this wasn't that situation, especially when we gave away $2,000 of money that weren't even there. we didn't have it. We didn't have the sponsor for that. And the people who were supposed to sponsor that did, my God, you really helped the situation really work. Our insurance was even different. And yes, I know that, times are rough, and the purpose of this is to make sure you get tough, so it actually helps you. So in a nutshell, I would probably say that I would give this tournament an A, and the A wasn't because of organizations, but I can say this: we started late because I was holding back for some people who logistically couldn't get there from a distance, and I want to make sure that they didn't miss their division. However, we did catch up. By the time it was 2 o'clock, we already had caught up to the proper division, and I'm happy about that. Actually, I'm very grateful about that. And the Grand Championship Finals did not last much past the estimated time either. So overall, I believe that it was probably 75% as efficient as I wanted to be, and to make up the 25% difference is technology, and there's also being able to have a little more time to plan, which now we have more than enough plans. So I want us to be the most efficient and also the most real. We had a gentleman who actually said that he competed against somebody and lost to that person, but he didn't want to be out of line with the judges by saying no, he lost. When in reality, that's an honor rule that if it was exercised, oh my God, it would have been really, really phenomenal. But next time. But to be honest in public and say the truth, what more important than that? Who matters who kicks and punches and scores? What matters is that we improve ourselves. At least that's my belief. The consistency of honor and respect, but self-respect is what we're talking about. And there was quite a bit of control that happened in the fighting, and I was so impressed. I probably say the person who impressed me the most wasn't because he had the best flash or technique. It was the control and also the respect. A gentleman was fighting by the name of Marvelous Farmer, and he literally got an asthma attack in the middle of the match. So he says he bows out. Well, he was winning 5-0 while he was going to bow out, and meaning that the other guy would have won. And I said, hold on a second. And I checked, and it was the asthma. So I said, we'll come back with the 40 seconds on the clock to continue. And the person he was fighting against was so graceful, also gracious. So, but Marvelous literally had his technique so controlled that he didn't even need equipment. But he did have the equipment. We negotiated. The point is that to have someone in a position like that I haven't seen in 30 years, and a lot of people haven't seen even longer than that, probably 40 years, Marvelous Farmer, to show that form of control and gratefulness, to be willing to not even continue to fight and let the other person win, even though he was 5 points again ahead. But he had a challenge with the asthma. Quite a few people had a challenge. I mean, I had someone who possibly was going to lose a toe and competed, did well, and had the audacity based on standards to tell me, next time I'll do better, meaning like if I was disappointed. Man, you guys did incredible. I am a bigger fan now of everyone who competed legitimately, and I'm going to say it like that. But I'm going to find out. You know how when you go to there's stores where they show people where they're, what do they call it when they steal in the store, son? Yeah, no, when they're a thief, yeah, but what they call it, shoplifting. And they take a photo of you, called shoplifting. Well, I'm going to take a photo of this guy with the red freaking band around his wrist. So that's what he was competing with. And and I triple checked to see if there was any, financial exchange. Even with the spectator, he got over. And he competed. That's not a cool thing. I will put his photo up. He'll be embarrassed, which is fine, or I'll punch him in the mouth, one or the other. So either he'll be embarrassed and never come near me to a tournament again, or we'll fight it out, and I'll record that too. I'm to that point, guys. Please understand this. That's not cool. Things happen, no question about it. My intentions were things that happened even when I did to other people. That wasn't the intentions. I'm playing catch up in so many different ways, and so are a lot of people. So I'm trying to balance things out. And by the grace of God, with no budget, I put together an event that it's going to be historical, and I'm not trying to put anything negative about it. I'm just keeping it honest. You know, if I would have had a little more of that. Bottom line is that if the people would have paid what they were supposed to, then things would have been fine. And I hooked up as many people as I could because I know times are hard too. But there has to be a balance. But it can't be to the point where you're going to rob me. You don't do that. That's not cool, and you shouldn't do that to anybody. However, I must say that, you know, I believe the best is yet to come, and I know February 7th it'll be better. I'm going to start sooner than later. And there's a few people that I definitely have to give additional shout-outs to. And these are the seniors, the two seniors that stepped up to the plate as fast as possible, saying, hey, any way you want me to help you, I'm here. The first one was Grandmaster William Mallory. Oh my God, sir, I owe you so much. We'll be speaking soon. You've been, you know, more than gracious with me and patient, and I really, really, really appreciate you. The second one was Grandmaster Spider Rodriguez too. These guys are the elders. I mean, he knows my mother, rest in peace. Him and my mother went to school together. They know each other from back in the days, and he stepped up with no complaints whatsoever, with a smile on his face and doing his thing. And then another one that sticks out that wasn't there too long, but oh my God, he's always been a A1 guy. That's Juggernaut Andre Richardson. Man, he's really always been a phenomenal person. Now again, guys, there's a lot more people, and I apologize, but let me say something too. Another person that came out of left field and didn't get a chance to display why he wanted to, but I want to make sure we exercise our right to see those photos. He has flies going back to the early 1980s, and that's John Witten III. Thank you, sir. You are so freaking cool, and I thank you, because when it comes down to it, not everybody has our history. It's like in hip-hop. We have these flyers going back to yeah, no, there she is, a little bit right there. Going back to the 1970s, and that's what John Witten has. You know, Kyoshi Tommy Chen to me was phenomenal. Personal opinion, I believe he should have won Grand Champion, but that's just my opinion. To see Javon Holmes, who hasn't competed in 10 years, that was awesome. Sheon Derek Williams can still jump about 5 feet in the air or so. He's about 5'6" himself, but when he does the jump in unsued, that's always impressive at any age, let alone, you know, at his late 60s. So, you know, there's still some incredible people, guys like Abdulaziz. I believe he took 2 second places, and that's rough because that guy is just, even from the days of Ken Allah, he was winning all types of things, and I'm impressed. You know, the Torres brothers, I'm a little biased because I think these guys and I have the same DNA, so I must say that literally, you know, they made me proud. Plus, they had a situation that was resolved that made me even more proud. So there were so many incredible moments at this event. I see people who literally were rivals and ready to kill each other, whether it was 40 years ago, 30 years ago, or what have you, and they rekindled relationships. I had a phone call today. As a matter of fact, if you look right there in the bottom, I did a song from a conversation that I had with somebody just today. And I made a song out of that. Now, let me say this, guys. There are people who had some challenges with people's ranks. So that's something that is a little difficult because I don't know everybody's history. But all I want to say is that, you know, if you're a first degree black belt, that's good enough. The people who turn around and start going crazy with these ranks and different things, you know, God bless you, best wishes, but there's no place in that in what would be the UMAN OG League, because some of the highest ranking martial artists of all time were horrible competitors, or some of them never even competed. So I don't care what rank you are, if you're in there with a purple belt or a red belt or what have you, if you don't know how to judge, or I'm gonna not have you. And that's a few people that I must say are not going to be allowed to judge unless they get certified. So we're going to start working on certifying judges immediately, because there's some people, like I said, they were out of line and even disrespectful to competitors just because they were in a position of leadership. So when they say judges score and they don't put their hand up, what the frick is wrong with you, you idiot? You're supposed to put your hand up as fast as everybody else because that's called a late call. And it's not they're trying to do that. And I did say idiot because it's an idiocy to think that they don't know that basic. But it just reminds me that not everybody has been proficient in what would be sport karate at any decade. So they're doing this thing in class. So that's why sometimes it seems like bullies telling people things like, you know, so just silly stuff. But again, I'm not being negative. I'm just being honest. On both sides, it was both incredible and also embarrassing. When at your tournament, people are not winning because of mistakes, that means I have to now be the person who had some crap like that happen at that tournament, even when I had to get bent out of shape just to realign somebody who might be bipolar, what have you. I don't care if you have a mental condition, control that crap. Because at a distance, all we seeing is someone who's ranting and raving. So, and I don't want to have to turn around and stomp you out, because then I'm out of line, right? But the truth of the matter is that sometimes that's what people need. Maybe not physical, maybe verbal, but you know, please, with no disrespect intended, don't disrespect me and think I'm some punk and chump. I think I'm as dangerous as I've ever been, if not more so. And as a man, I respect people. And as women, I respect them too, way beyond even the martial arts. Because before you are a black belt, you are a man and a woman, and I respect people. But when you go to a tournament, that's somebody else's so-called house. So don't disrespect their house. And I'm not saying that even 1% of the people did that, because overall, there was no need for me to say what I just said. But for those few that can make a big difference in somebody's experience being negative, you're not allowed to be around. You're a pimple, so we have to pop you. Anyhow, on that note, I must say that I am the luckiest man in the world because I get a chance to do what I love, and I'm grateful. And I will be able to respond to a few people after this because I didn't want to hurt myself. But man, I am a fan of a lot of people. I am going to request you guys, please do videos just like Justo did. Congratulations to Justo, who had the technique of the tournament with that sweep against a world champion. And with all the injuries and excuses that you could have had, you know, but without your guys competing, because both of you guys were leaving, I would have kept $500. But I would have been sad because no one would have been the grand champion in what I consider the sniper fighting, you know. So I'm really, really, you know, I'm a mixed bag of emotions because literally it's just been a few hours, it seems, and I haven't been able to sleep right, but I've gotten so many compliments. If you guys can make videos on, I don't care who you were, if you was a timekeeper, scorekeeper, judge, you guys are important. If you was a spectator, you was important. So whoever would like to do testimonial videos, please do so. We need this to promote the next event, same location, February 7th, but stay tuned because next week I'll announce one of the other 9 tournaments, or a total of 10 that we're doing next year throughout the nation. And we're also speaking to 2 countries presently. So the best is yet to come. It's us one, because I didn't make this happen. Everyone collectively were involved, including the people who probably shouldn't be. But we'll extract them and never let them come back. On that note, anything else, hon? No. Oh, one more thing. What? We have a size 10 sneaker, one size 10 sneaker available. I don't mean one sneaker, one pair, one pair of size 10 sneakers that literally has the date, that literally has the UMAN OG brand on it, and it's available immediately. It's $125 American. If you're in New York, you know, we'll hand deliver it to you, and if we have to mail it, it'll be like $10. But again, collector's item, only one of 8 that was made presently, and it's a top size 10 sneaker, and I'll put the link in the bottom. I should say the photo so you can see it. Only one left. Whoever claims it first is on you. God bless. That size 9 is already going to Master Golf Benz. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. AB.
See you later, alligators. Love you.
God bless. Thank you. Hey, I thought you loved me.
I love you too.
Okay. Bye-bye.